Hey, welcome to the Angel Channel. Once again, number 56 this evening. Um, the energy has been buzzing and it has been a really intense few days. Been super fun, super intense, super heartbreaking, like the full gamut of human emotion. So anyway, we're gonna I think everybody's out. Well, it's a full moon. Full moon in Cancer, or full moon in Pisces, actually. Or is it Cancer? No, it is. You're right. It is Cancer. Anyway, super intense energy, super shadow work happening in some places. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Just want to welcome everybody. Like, everybody's feeling the juice. I got a feeling about tonight, and as always, get in line for the readings at the end. I've been super hot today, man. So, and my birthday angel all day has been so loud. I keep having to tell him to chill it down. So, as always, I'd like to start the show thanking our sponsor, friedokra.tv, my friend Ernie Mosteller, amazing filmmaker, creative person, creative director. And if you want to scope out some of their work, here we go. Share screen. You can check out their website, friedokra.tv.com. And they've got a lot of really good, just a lot of really beautiful work. Yeah. Ernie's films are really great too. Give them a look. All right. Stop. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Just feeling, yeah, it's the wolf moon. And I'd like to just say hi to my friend Inga. How's everything in Iceland? Good to see you here. Grace Grella, badass medium. By the way, Grace Grella's last week, we had Michael Zinn on, and we were talking about his new show, Holding Space. I was his first guest last week on Tuesday evening. And you can scope that out on Holding Space on YouTube, I believe. And Grace Grella, medium extraordinaire, is going to be on the show tomorrow night. I'll definitely be darkening her door and saying hello and seeing what she has to say. She's got just a crazy energy about her that I've always connected to from the moment that we started talking. So strongly encourage you to scope that out and see what Grace is about tomorrow night. It's Michael Zinn's Holding Space. Grace, if you're out there, shoot me a link that everybody can connect to. Okay. Natalie, haven't seen you for a while. My friend Natalie Rodriguez. Yeah, we go way back. Yeah. All right, Diane, good to see you. And Linda, as always, happy you're here with us in our circle tonight. Let's see. Yeah, full moon is going to be super intense tonight. If you have intentions, focus those, and more so than trying to draw, tonight's the full moon. So it's the peak of the energy. So it's not a really good night to start something. It's a really good night to feed whatever you've been working on, and to ask for inspiration for what's next, and where you go, and any kind of creative modality that you're in. This full moon is really super good for that. All right. Be careful with your emotions. They can tend to run amok. Yeah, indeed. Oh yeah, we have made some changes, exactly. So you might see that before I get into that, I wanted to show some hot off the press angel pics that I'm just super stoked about. Yeah, these every once I am riding hard the inspiration wave still from the solstice, and I'm probably that feels like it's a really strong wave and really good, man. So I'm just going to be riding this all the way probably until the equinox. It feels like one of those times for me where everything's just kind of coming together and like boom, 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 boom. And there are a number of I'm in the middle of my Audubon project, the birdsong project, just going over the top, crazy great. I've come up with a bunch of new light painting tools to do birds, and they're morphing into angels, and great new piece of music. And like, I'm really just, man, alive with that inspiration. So there's a few more of these. I'll shut up. This is the Dragon Rider. This is a selfie. I did it with a black fiber optics brush. Yeah, a little sassy angel. I love this angel. Oh, and my dark, mysterious goddess. Yeah, this one's a perfect full moon image. It's just so mysterious, right? Yeah. And last but not least, a little wizard angel over his crystal ball. So I'm super stoked with these. A couple of them, especially this one. Man, it's just so rich. And it feels like the energy of the moment for me. That's what I really love about these. They're cool graphically, but for me, each one of these is a little magical, like ritual almost, and they're all like charged with juice and just so yummy. All right, moving on. Yeah. So I know those of you that have been around, I have these couple 100-year-old doors I got from India that are just intricately carved and just really, really beautiful. And they've been the background for my set for a long time. Well, I had kind of a wizard war thing happen this week. Last week, I had a friend of mine who is a longtime friend who's also a practitioner, and she's the first person that got my deck that went, "Oh, dude!" Like I got an email the same day, like, "What's up with these cards? They're alive." She gets it. So anyway, we've had a really long friendship, and she's very talented herself. And I've noticed over the past 5 or 6 months, man, her energy on her podcast looks different, and she's just had this kind of intensity that I've never known from her before. So we connected up a few weeks before Christmas, and after talking to her, I was like, man, we really need to do a massive cleansing on you. Would be open for that? And she jumped at that, and we set that up for right around the first of the year. When I did the reach out, I was like, man, just so much rage, just so much anger, like anger that she knew about, anger that she didn't know about. So we went to go attack that, and we did a really, really full bore charge up and energy juice and lighting up our auras and getting it all like together. Man, went through, and the anger part of it, especially the subconscious anger, was just like you could feel it. It was palpable for both of us. We both in the middle of it, man, we both stopped and for a second went, oh, what just happened? So that went really, really great. And at the end of it, like her light was bright again, and she has a radiant smile that just will light up the room when she's like got that light inside of her. And we talked a long time about the source and our connection to that, and I felt really super good, man. She was just like really lit up. And the next 2, 3 days later, she sent me a message just thanking me and like talking about how much better she felt, and which is always like that's the jewel, man. When you use your juice and your energy and your connection to help somebody else in their life, that's always a really great thing. And she had a couple more things and wanted to know if we could do one more session on that. I was in concurrence. And so I had this, so we set it up for a few days away. And I was thinking about it, and I've known her for so long. It's like super easy for me to connect to her aura and go wandering around in there and see what's up. And I was getting a bunch of impressions, and it was different. Like we did a really good job on the last one, clearing out a bunch of like surface emotional stuff. And like we did a yeoman's job on that. So this was new stuff. And I was kind of digging around in it and like, ooh, super heavy, super heavy, super heavy, resistant, did not want to leave. So this is the afternoon of when the actual cleansing was going to take place. And I had this turquoise mala that my magical friend Leah made for me that I turned into using to collect any goo when I'm doing cleansings. I do a lot of cleansings and have gotten pretty good at like keeping all of that, anyone else's stuff on me. Like I don't mind taking it off, but I don't want to wear any of it. So I'm sitting talking to my friend Jacob, and kind of just getting wound up to do the reading, and I'm doing a little reach out, and I get this blast of this subconscious thing, like whoa. And right after that, I see Jacob's face go, what was that? And I looked down, and my mala had broken, and he heard the pop. I'm deaf, so I didn't get to hear it. But I looked down, and the mala had broken, and all the beads were scattering all over the thing. And I went, oh, man, this does not portend well. So I jacked up the game a little bit and got ready to kind of go into warfare rather than just. I've done so many cleansings. It's not a really difficult thing to do at all. So kind of shifted gears and got into attack mode a little bit. So we wound up doing the cleansing, and everything went super good. And man, she's this bright light again. And that made me really, really super happy. The next day, I was working on putting some LED lights on the back of my my doors. And my doors had those, I don't know if you remember them, but it had this bead string of beads, this whole bead thing that I made. And you know, my crystal bowls were sitting in front of it, and I had a big glass table over here with other stuff on that. And, you know, I thought it was as solid could be. And I'm in the middle of just tacking on the LEDs on the back of the thing. And all of a sudden the entire thing just goes great and falls the fuck over. Oh, God, I'll just never forget that feeling of like realizing, wow, this can't be happening. And I tried to get in front of it and get under it, but I couldn't get anything but an arm, and it weighs like 500 pounds. It's old teak. And man, it went crashing down and broke a bunch of pieces off of it. It crashed my table, and the glass, the sound of that glass was like a bomb going off in my apartment. And I broke one of my crystal bowls, and the beads went everywhere. And it was just a disaster zone. Like all of a sudden from, you know, everything being perfect to like that. And in that second, man, I went, man, hers. That's the subconscious stuff that I identified, you know, the shadow stuff down there. It knows stuff. So it was really pissed off at me. And obviously I was a slack and cocky wizard because I didn't do enough of a cleansing after such an intense a cleansing on myself after such an intense session. And I knew I probably should, but I was feeling so like, oh, wow, yeah, it was really great that I neglected to do that, man. So I have to point the finger at myself and bad wizard. Couple really great things out of that, though, is I'm really attached to my stuff. Like those beads were really special. Each one of those bead strings represented a different part of my journey and initiation, and like all of my kind of little magical accomplishments and little goals and benchmarks that I met. I like would make a little string of beads that had something to do with that and some numerological connection, you know, the whole ring. So those went down, and you know, I started to go into freak out mode and like, oh, I mean, my bowl, my all of it, like what? And then I got this smile inside myself, and I realized that like it's okay. You know, it's part of the journey. It's part of your magical journey. It's part of being a wizard and getting to be a better wizard, you know. So instead of going into depression, which is what I would have done over such an intense thing, first of all, it was shocking. I was in the greatest mood ever. Like 4 or 5 days ago, I was just really deep in my connection to the source. And I just sent out this wave, like, I want to know about you. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know as much as I can, like, know without my puny little brain frying out, right? And I sent that wave out and let it go. And bam, I get this book. I get this, I run across this obscure little YouTube video, and it gives me actually the answers, exactly the answers. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I thought, man. And it was just like this whole confirmation of this entire path of learning and understanding. And I was just on top of the world. So I came back in to go work on the doors, and I was just in this like, wow, this is going to be so beautiful, man. It's like I've got this whole like LED thing, it changes colors, and it was just going to be really snazzy, right? So when it fell over, and first of all, the sound was like a bomb going off that scared the shit out of me. And then the whole freak out of like, it's one of those things where it's going super fast, faster than you can get a grasp on, but at the same time, it's dragging out like this intense slow-mo thing of like, oh no, and you're going to this like, what's gonna happen? And finally, it's like you have to just let it go. And I cringed, bam, and like it shocked the hell out of me, man. I was just like, what just happened? And so the fact that I stayed good and I never really got like today was great. I had the best day. Well, partly because I like took it on to like, all right, dude, do your chops. So I did a thermonuclear cleaning of my house yesterday, man. Energy like out. I used a combination of benzoin. By the way, if you have any negative energies hanging around, especially if you feel like they're entities of some kind and you want them to blow, benzoin best stuff in the world, man. Some people love it. I happen to love the smell of it. Some people don't like it that much, but it is super, super effective, especially if you charge it up really good right before you burn it and send it off. And I use this, hang on. I use my special stash of clear copal. Yeah, let me see if I can light that up. Where's my light? Ah, too bad. Anyway, this stuff you can't get anymore, and it's like little rocks. This one's kind of milky because it's got stuff on the surface, but yeah, there we go. It's clear, you know, like the stuff you see in metaphysical stores now, and even on the internet. Finding this on the internet has been nigh impossible for me to do. So, but it's also the stuff that I use to do the smoke shots on the tarot deck and the smoke shots on the angel deck. Here, look, I've been rambling here, so I've kind of ignored what's going on over here. Let me check it out. Yeah, it was a little intense. Diane, yeah, you'll still love those stores. They're all good. I've already wood glued them back together. They'll be back up. I don't know if next week, maybe even a few weeks, because I want to let the wood glue really set. And I've got most of the bead strings put back together, and I'm just taking it on like, okay, cool. It fell over. Let's make it better, man. Like if that was cool, yeah, and seen nothing. So, you know, that's kind of where I am about that. Another ego death underway. No, I think it was just another wizard lesson underway. You know, a magical chops kind of thing. I got cocky. I knew better, and it bit me. You know, so all good. I learned. I'm better tonight than I was yesterday. So totally worth it. Let's see. All right. That copal actually is resin. It's clear resin. You know, just like amber comes out and like syrups and stuff. It's clear resin, and it has this wonderful smell, man. Okay, so I did a thermonuclear cleansing on me, adding a fifth thing that takes off any kind of magic or curses or ill intent of any kind, and any dark force energy whatsoever. Did a massive juice up, man. The goosebumps on my goosebumps had goosebumps, and then I like wiped down my walls and did a really massive mopping of my floors with camphor and vinegar and water. And that's actually what the Egyptians used. So by the end, at the end of that, and the most important thing to realize about this is you're never in danger. Like I never felt in danger. It wasn't like, you know, I just felt stupid for not bucking up, you know, and my connection with the source has just been getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And when you let that connection, like you just kind of dissolve yourself into the actual light of the source, wow, you light up the whole freaking room. Like what darkness, yeah, darkness can't live in that. And you know, it was interesting that part of the little book that I got right before that was kind of talking about the dark entities that had separated from the light, and their whole purpose is just kind of like chaos and dissolution and turning you from the light and into the shadow. So messing with the shadow is always real business, man. And we went down really deep into my friend's Well, I taught her my method for getting into my shadow world. About a number of years ago, I was recommended a book called The Red Book by Carl Jung. And that's where Jung took about 3 years and just did a personal inward journey. And during that time, he went down deeply into his shadow area and dealt with all the archetypes of that. And I took it on to do my own version of that, and came up with my own methods for getting in and going down and actually addressing what's down there. So I kind of taught her that method, and we went down and did some work down there, some serious work. So we really stirred some stuff up. And I normally, in cleansings, I don't really like do the subconscious thing. That's an area that I don't really like to get involved in unless it's absolutely necessary, which in this case it was. So why go mess around down there? Because all that stuff, like the things that are happening in your subconscious, in your shadow, they're operating, they're doing things. As a matter of fact, in considering yourself the unified you, it's your intellect that comes up with like concepts and ideas. Here's an intent. Where does the actual energy come from? That comes from that comes from deep in your subconscious. So when those things are at odds and they're not connected, no matter what you want to be happening up here and you're driving that, if the energy is over here doing whatever it wants to do unfettered, it's not driving us and not helping that. So it makes materializing your needs and your joys and your bliss a lot more difficult. Shadow work is not really pleasant work. Like I've gotten to a point where I know the end result from it and the things that happen as a result of doing that. So I'm pretty gung ho about going after it these days. But man, it took me a year and a half to do my Red Book journey, because you go down and like you deal with stuff that's just kind of crazy stuff, and then there's deeper stuff, and then there's archetypes that you've like bought as programs and truths and religious stuff and parental stuff, all the way back to when you were born, and those archetypes are like driving the course of your living life, your day-to-day living. So addressing those and accepting and unifying my intellectual side and my subconscious side, my conscious side and my subconscious side, and working towards unification. That's one of the things, I get asked about that a lot. Like, what does it mean to be whole? What does it actually mean to be whole? And that's when you don't have separate parts of you pulling in multiple different directions. You have one centralized core that everything, your subconscious, your conscious, your desires, your thoughts are all driving one thing. And then you can use all those pieces that normally ran amok on their own to direct them and have them actually work and give you success and joy and make things actually materialize in ways that make your life better. All right, we'll see. Natalie, yeah. Natalie says she's, go slow. Don't rush it. It's like, it's work you should think about, being committed to the day you shut your eyes for good, because there's always a new level, man. Every time I used to think, oh, wow, I did all this work and it was like really intense and like I did a great job. I feel really good. And I would think that was just that. Well, I cleaned out the basement. Well, what you don't realize is there's always a new basement. And as you in the true nature of the duality of the universe. As you go up, you go down. As above, so below. And that works in your psyche as well. Wow, I've just really rambled for a long time tonight, man. Let's see here. Yeah, Natalie says I'm lucky. Yeah, hold on, let me get rid of this. Oh, there we go. Luckily, I'm an extremely patient, except when it comes to driving. Road rager. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're patient, because I have no patience for patience. Oh, Shayla, welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, totally. Shayla says moving some of the stuff unveils other things. It always unveils other things, man. It's a knot down there, man. And there's a lot of chaos down there. And the more you get that into, more you just keep with it and don't get discouraged. You reach this point where it just starts feeling really good, and like you're lighter, and like you don't feel like there are like things that are moving you to do stuff you don't really want to do, and like it's not really you. Natalie says, I always tell people to learn patience, grow a pineapple. Well, actually, it's funny you say that. On that note, I'm a bonsai enthusiast, so you don't plant a bonsai tree and the next day it's all good, man. You plant a bonsai tree and 10 years later, wow. But listen, just caution you about asking for patience. Like if you're asking the source, man, teach me patience, those lessons are not that good. And if you're asking for patience, you'll get a bunch of opportunities, like where all your shit slows down. You've got to be patient. So just think maybe once or twice before you ask for that, and certainly tell it to people that you don't like. Oh, that was mean. All right. Let's see. Anything else? No. Let's make some sacred space and do a little meditation and talk to some angels, man. I've so been enjoying their presence. They have just bloomed so fully for me in my life and my energy, and they've made my life a lot happier. All right. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. Super intense tonight. We come together again to connect our energy and create our sacred circle, our place of safety and sanctuary. We ask the angels to be present with us this evening with their glowing light, to share their truth, their wisdom, and their connection with the source. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, every single bit, all of it, infinite unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we open our circle. All right. We're going to do 2 sets of breathing tonight. First one we're going to do is it's specifically related to your energy and drawing in white light and pure light and fresh new energy and pushing out any kind of negative energy or old used stuff. And you'll be using the white and dark metaphor. So as you're breathing in through your nose, you'll be taking in bright white light. And as we exhale, you'll be shooting out the dark nastiness. And we're going to do super full injection of energy. Use your solar plexus. And when it feels like your lungs are like as full as they can possibly get, pull a little more in there till you're just fully expanded, okay? And then when you push out through your mouth in this series, and we're going to do 6 of these actually, I want you to push out with energy. And when you get to the end where it feels like, okay, that's enough, and there's no more sound anymore, just like dig in there and push out everything, okay? And then we'll do that again. All right, so here's the first one. Inhale in through your nose. Brilliant, bright, white light, little tendrils of energy. Pack it in there. Renewing, refreshing, and exhale out through the mouth with energy. All of it. Inhale. Use your solar plexus into the nose. Let me know if you smell anything. Really pack it down. Exhale. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. You can feel yourself changing physiologically. Inhale. Bright white light infusing everything out with the dark. Like smoke. Inhale. Rejuvenating white light. Exhale out with the dark. All of it. Really push. One more. Inhale. Exhale. All right, very good. All right, we're going to do a 3-breath sequence where we're going to ride down to blank space. A few of you have been doing this with me for a while, but for anybody that's new out there, take a nice inhale to your solar plexus into your nose. And as we release, I want you to imagine you're a machine, like a whirling turbine that's just going at full speed. And when you start to exhale your breath, I want you to hit the switch that says off on that machine. So you turn that machine off, cut off the power, and as your breath goes and gets closer to the end of your breath, the machine is slowing down and coming to a halt. And at the end of that breath, don't do any inhale. Just stay right there, relaxed, where your muscles, like you've let the muscles go. Be in a place where you can just really let every bit of tension in your body go. You're just you're an android just turned off. And do that with your thoughts too. And right as you get to blank space, just stay there I'll count 5-10 seconds, and then we'll do a new inhale. And the more you can just stay in that blank space, even as you bring the inhale up and go deeper the third time, and even deeper the third time. Yeah, I just said that. All right. Here we go. Inhale. Use your solar plexus. Take a good, strong breath. Exhale, turning off the machine. It's winding down. Your thoughts are shutting off. Relax your muscles. Bleed all the energy from your body. Deeper. Deeper. Silence. Inhale. Release. You're going deeper. You're focused on the blank. No thoughts. Deeper. Silence. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Going deeper. The beautiful blank, turning off the machine. Silence. Go ahead and breathe. Just stay in that space for a little bit. I want to stay there for a long time. All right. So from that blank space, I want you to visualize yourself lying, floating on the surface of calm water. It's the ocean, but it's not water, it's energy. And you're just floating in its warmth. Little waves rolling on your body. You're looking up at the sky. It's a beautiful full moon. It's so crystal clear, you can almost see the craters on the moon. And the stars are so bright that even with the moonlight out, they fill up the sky. The moonlight glistens on the surface of the water. And you pull the moonlight to you. And you let it envelop you. Glowing blue-white light. And you invite its creativity, inspiration. You fill yourself with the excitement of being inspired and passionate. You see images of your most beautiful dreams filling the night sky. You feel the warmth of the water still holding you up effortlessly. And you see a mist of golden light hanging right on top of the water. And the gold and the moonlight combine in this magical, glistening, diamond-like surface. And you begin to inhale and draw in that energy. You're filling yourself up with healing gold energy, sending it to all parts of your body. Renewing and rejuvenating down to the cellular level. Each inhale, you infuse each cell with that energy of life. And you're glowing now, emanating the radiance of the source. Feels warm and alive. And slowly you start to come back to your body. Full and rich and recharged and inspired. Yummy. All right. Just stay in that space. I'm going to do the card of the evening. And anybody out there looking for readings, please make sure you get yourself in the chat for me. Wow, there's so many I've missed. Yeah, okay. All right. So our card for the evening is number 56. The angel of support and the angel of fortune and support, POIEL. Yeah. This card is associated with the Two of Pentacles, which are two things that are a working system of flowing energy. All right, here's the card meaning for this. You have become passive and submissive. You have become reactive instead of proactive, and you find yourself always being moved by the intent and desire of someone else. You are adaptable, easygoing with friends and associates, and this makes you vulnerable to the influence of individuals or mass opinion. You have become overly passive to the point of inactivity, waiting and watching. Procrastination. You are afraid to do anything, so you do nothing. Your fear has kept you from jumping into the heat and passion of life, and now the game of life has become forced. You are a disorganized mess, and this is contributing to your difficulty. You may receive discouraging news, but you should keep trying. This is not a time of disappointment, but a time of expansion. Yeah, disorganization, one of the banes of my existence. I am a sloppy mess when I get like really laser focused on a project. Everything else goes to hell. So I'm taking the opportunity to fix the set and get the wall back together, and that's going to be my opportunity to start a new reorganization like beast. All right, let's see here. Reading, Natalie, Linda. All righty. All right, Inga. You know the drill, girl. Close your eyes. Let's look each other in the eyes, standing face to face. And let's connect up. Man, you're intense tonight, girl. All right, really focus. Words of wisdom for my friend Inga. Words of wisdom for my friend Inga. Words of wisdom for my friend Inga. Wow, that's so funny. This is the third time I pulled this for someone today. Number 47, the angel of contemplation. Particularly, I love the visual on this card, the folded hands in the center. All right, let's see if I can speed this up on like being a little more efficient here. Ah, there you go. How about that? The farther you stretch past your comfort zone, the louder the fear voices become, man. It's the theme for the week. When fear exists, there is also the opportunity for growth because you recognize that fear is the thing that's been standing in the way of all your growth, refusing to let you hear your voices connected to the source, refusing to let you hear your own knowledge of what you know you need to do, and making you afraid to take a step that might, get you out of being in your comfort space, man. It's like like knowing uh, something that is is not good, but staying in that because it's comfortable and it's what you know and it's your habit, man. That's fear. Where fear exists, there's also opportunity for growth. Don't be timid. Move on. You use your fear like a rocket fuel to propel you forward. You create your visions of the future on the astral, but for them to become reality, they must be given substance. Practice, 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 Inga. Without tangible energy, they will remain only daydreams. Practice, spin that rod, girl. Use common sense to map out a plan, visualize the possibilities, and see clearly in your mind the good things have already happened. With your skills and abilities well developed, it is time to decide where and how to use them. Allow your mind to explore the potential. Here is a taking stock, a look at the material interface, a harvesting at the emotional level, and then a reinvestment in the emotional future. Oh man, here we go. All right, Natalie. Yeah, my pleasure. All right, Natalie, imagine, close your eyes. We went to that juicy, really nice blank space. Just stay in that space and imagine that you and I are standing face to face and we're looking each other in the eye and there's just a stream of energy going back and forth. If you have something specific you want to know about, focus really hard and beam that to me. If not, just open a channel and we'll get words of wisdom directly from the angels. All right, here we go. All right, focus really hard. Take a really deep breath and bring it down. There you go. Words of wisdom for my friend Natalie. Words of wisdom for my friend Natalie. Words of wisdom for my friend Natalie. Don't ever forget the juice. Number 5, the angel of healing. A little love heart right there in the center. Angel Mahasaya, the angel of healing. Completion and a new beginning. You have succeeded. Okay, we can stop. These guys, you have perfected your art and you will feel balance, satisfaction, and joy. Make plans to enjoy the fruits of your hard work. Romantically, you could be forming sound foundations for marriage. It will be a rich and satisfying match. That can also be a spiritual marriage as well. Your mind is buzzing, creative and sharp now. Seeds you've planted begin to bear fruit. I love that feeling. Rewards will be received for your past efforts, and abundance will be the word of the hour, and prosperity rules. Abundance will be the word of the hour. Abundance, abundance, abundance. And prosperity rules. Meet and beat your present challenge, and you will feel a sense of completion, the welcomed regeneration when opposite energies finally harmonize. Yeah, number 14 tarot card art. The angel that combine, the moment of alchemy, when two opposites combine. Those moments are a deep soul cleansing. Celebrate and be generous with your treasure. Show appreciation to those who supported you. Give yourself permission to be your biggest self. Allow your higher spirit to assist you in lending assistance to others. Yeah, that marriage thing, man. Marry your higher self. Life is a beautiful celebration. Embrace it at every turn of the road. You are a seeker on the path, enjoying the comfort of being spiritually centered, secure in the knowledge of actions, completing the karmic contract. Woohoo. Your course has been established and proven. Feedback is excellent. Let there be celebration. Yahoo. All right, let's see who's next up. All right, Lindy. Focus hard. You're all over the place. Deep breath, bring it down. There you go. I'll have to come up with a song to hum while I'm... No, don't. All right, words of wisdom. For my friend Linda. Words of wisdom for my friend Linda. Words of wisdom for my friend Linda. Oh, this is a good one. Angel 33, angel of subordination to the higher order. (33), one of the major master numbers. 3 is the magic number. 33 is the heavenly magic number. Almost. Follow the path with passion and heart. The result will be financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, and material gain. Organize the elements of your life, and the results will be success, a result of unifying your wisdom with your love in a creative way. Unification, as above, so below, connected, man, right in the center. Tangible manifestations are all around. Recognize that you feel incomplete only because you are still seeking the same outmoded goals. Look for inner satisfaction. It's fini. Move on. See what you have not yet found, and you will succeed. Continue the work of your self-development. That's the most important thing right now. Like, you're just discovering all these new areas. Keep going, man. So proud of you, by the way. Have trust in your self-discipline and patience. You are in harmony with nature around you, and everything will bear its fruit in time. You are not alone now. You are not alone. You are not alone. Distinguish what matters in life and what goals truly demand your maximum efforts. True success is inventing yourself out of the raw material given you by the circumstances and conditions of your life, the ability to know when others only guess. Yeah, all right, let's see. Nance, here we go. Oh, take a deep breath, Nancy. Words of wisdom for Nancy. Words of wisdom for Nancy. Words of wisdom for Nancy. Wow. All right. This is the second time in this group I pulled this, and I just shuffled the hell out of them. Number 47, Angel of Contemplation. So I would suggest, since this angel keeps coming up, that this is also a collective angel for all of us as well. I will read it again. The farther you stretch past your comfort zone, the louder the fear voice becomes. Where fear exists, there is also the opportunity for growth. Don't be timid. Move on. Use your fear like rocket fuel to propel you forward. You create your visions of the future on the astral, but for them to become reality, they must be given substance. Without tangible energy, there will remain only daydreams. Rise above your situation. Be realistic now. Use common sense to map out a plan. Visualize the possibilities and see really clearly in your mind the good things that have already happened. With your skills and abilities so well developed, it will be time to decide where and how to use them. Allow your mind to explore the potentials. Here is a taking stock, a look at the material interface, a harvesting at the emotional level, and then a reinvestment in the emotional future. Make sure you have passion with what you're doing. Make sure you really believe in it, and it makes your heart sing and your soul soar. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I think that's everybody. Grace, if you're still around, thanks for hanging in, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Again, anybody that wants to check out Grace tomorrow night on Michael Zinn's Holding Space podcast on the Secret Spiral Network. Yeah. Jason, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I didn't really want to come back from that one tonight. Let's see. Let me just kind of read back through all of these, make sure I'm got everybody. Yeah. Okay. So just on the mundane end of stuff, at the very top of the chat list, I dropped in some a link to get to my Fine Art America page. I've got, like there's prints, you can get mugs. I just got a tapestry that I'm gonna hang up in the background next week, and there's a lot of good angel material on there, and some of my best light paintings. So if you're looking for something to spice up the environment, go grab an angel, man. Like, draw in the energy. As always, like, subscribe, hit the share button, and please, if you get a chance, leave a comment. It really super helps us. I have some great news and some sad news. I sold out on the angel decks, and they're on the list to have a reprint done. I'm trying to sell out the rest of the 10th anniversary tarot decks. If anybody wants those, the QR code at the side there is a direct way to get there, or you can go to wizardofod.com. And anybody that uses this that mentions the Angel Channel show, and when they buy a deck, I'll be happy to give a free tarot and angel card reading to full blown. I think that's about it. Let me just do one last check. And yeah, all right. So we're going to close our circle and say goodbye to next week. Thank you for sharing time with us. We close our circle and bid everyone depart, full of joy and light. Thank the angels for their truth and wisdom and their love. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we close our circle. And until next week, be in the light.